And you're coming down onto your shoulder. So we're gonna practice some shoulder stability here. We're gonna lift up through the bottom side waist. And what I want you to do is make sure everything is in one line, knees are slightly ahead of you, and we're gonna take that weight kind of mid-thigh on the top leg. Okay, so we're really lifting up. We're gonna open up clamshell, lower down, and then lift in parallel, hip abduction. Okay, so we're externally rotating through the hip, and then abducting. Okay, so opening up, and then knee, foot, ankle, everything lifts in one line with the hip. Both working the glutes, just slightly different muscle groups. So we're getting it all today. You lift. I really want you to feel the lift from around the glutes, especially side bum. Give me 2 more of each. We're gonna add on to this. At any time, if you need to drop that weight, please do. And let's not forget, we're pressing up and out of the arm. You lift up parallel, hold. You're gonna press out through the heel, drop that straight leg, lift and pull in. You kick, drop, lift, pull in. As you pull that knee in, be careful we're not rounding through the lower back, so we're not crunching it in. It's pulling in neutral. You feel how the front of the hip and the low abs have to work there. But mostly we're gonna be feeling side of the bum, outer thigh, maybe bottom arm for support. Bottom side waist. It really is full body always. Give me 2 more. I'm with you. Last one. We're gonna hold it out long, pointing through the toe, tiny little lifts. And lift, pressing up out of that bottom arm. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it on down. Woo! Oh my goodness. Before we go on over to the other side, we're gonna take one weight in the opposite hand of the leg that was just your top leg. So we're coming onto hands and knees, and weight is in that opposite hand, okay? And I just want us to do a few blade glides here. So you're gonna sink down through the chest without bending through the arms, and then press up and away from the floor, okay? Just finding more strength for shoulder stability in this upcoming one. So we've just got a soft bend in the elbows throughout the entire exercise. Shoulder blades come together, they move apart like 2 slippery bars of soap. They come together, they slide apart. Give me 2 more. And 1, press up, and then find a halfway point where they're sitting nice and flush on the back. From there, you're gonna pull one elbow in, and then reach it, twist under, pull it back in by your side, back down to the floor. So the arm with the weight pulls in, narrow row. You reach under, narrow row, and tap down. Okay, so obviously this is upper body, but we really need to tap into the core here for that strength. Even just lifting the arm off the ground here, especially with the weight, is gonna provide some sort of imbalance that our core has to counteract. Okay, so our goal is to stay parallel as we lift the arm into the row, and then we're finding a twist using the obliques, threading the arm under. On this next one, we're just going to row, kick the opposite leg back and lower, okay? You kick it back and lower. There's a little dip in the lower back, but there's no change in the spine as we move the leg in and out. And core lifts up and away from the floor. So that leg that was your top leg is now kicking back. Continuing the glute burn, now working more of the back of the glute muscles. Whew. On this next one, we hold the leg up. You're gonna lower that hand down to the mat. Tricep push-up, leg stays in line with the body. Back up, row. back down, push up, row. Whew. It is hot in my room today. Got the heat blasting here. It's freezing in Canada. And I should have probably turned it off before I started because wow, it's amazing what working deep core and strength can do for internal heat. Pull in and press up. Think lift up and through the core as you press up out of that push up to help you lift. Last one, we hold, leg stays lifted. You're gonna thread under and then pull in by your side. So what we did before without the extra row, and now we've got that leg hovering. So we only have 2 contact points with the mat. You're really pressing up out of that bottom shin, out of that bottom hand. Give me 3. Hips stay facing the mat. And 2, think twist belly button up. Last one. Hand goes back to the mat. Tiny pulses of that leg up and up. Think reach out long as well. Woo. We've got this. Give me 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulling it in. You can take it all the way forward. Give me a quick stretch here. Allowing those hips to sink forward. Maybe you wiggle side to side. And then sit the hips back, stretching out through the back of that leg. This one's tight for me. Folding over as best you can. And then we're gonna walk that leg back and go on over to the other side. So we're coming on down, opposite elbow now. Nice and tall in the arm, roll the shoulders back. We're gonna bring everything in one long line, except for knees are slightly forward. Weight is on the middle of that top thigh. We're gonna open up clamshell, close it off, and then hover hip abduction. Okay, so the knees coming up towards the ceiling, and then everything lifts in one plane, up. Opening up like a clamshell, and then lift. We can think about core here as well. Okay, every time you lift the leg, core is supporting that motion. And we have to stay really nice and supported on that bottom side for it to work here. Maybe we check in on the ribs, make sure we're not puffing out through the chest. Keeping everything in neutral. Let's do 2 more of each. Feeling that top glute now. It's gonna burn out a little bit quicker than the other side because we were using it for all of the support on the previous side. We hold. You're gonna press out through that heel, lower down the leg, lift, pull the heel in. You press out through the heel, lower the whole leg, lift, pull in. Okay, so it's just the leg moving. Anytime you need to drop that weight, you can take it off. Anytime you feel like you want to throw on an ankle weight with this one, I wish you luck. I thought about it, but you don't need it. We use that mind to muscle connection. You press through the heel, lower on down, lift, and in. Feeling the side of the glute, outer thigh. The lift comes from the outer glute as you lift that leg. And you press. Still staying lifted out that bottom side waist. We've got 2 more. Woo. Last one. Lower and lift. We point through the foot. Tiny pulses up. I am with you. If you don't have that weight, you can always use your hand to like press down on your leg in opposition. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I am with you on that. Oh my goodness. Glute is burning. We're coming on to hands and knees. So weight is in the opposite arm, so I'm going to switch it over there. from the leg that was just our top working leg. You should be able to feel it to figure it out. And we're just gonna do our blade glides again. So you allow the chest to sink towards the mat, and then you press up and away from the mat. So you imagine shoulder blades glide together, and then they glide apart. Okay, there's a soft bend in the elbows, but we're not doing a push-up through the arms. It's just the blades gliding here. It's going to allow us to find a little bit of scapular mobility, which will help us keep them stable through the rest of this sequence. Just releasing anything there. Getting all the muscles in the back turned on. Give me 2. Pull up and in through the core. Last one. We hold there with a little dip in the lower back. You're gonna pull the arm in with the weight and then send it, loop it under, pull it back, and then reach towards the mat. Okay, elbow pulls in, narrow row. You thread, pull in, and lower. Okay, so core is keeping you parallel, and then it's twisting you from the belly button up to reach under. Okay, twist comes from the ribs, powered by the obliques. Some people will feel their same side oblique more here. Some people will feel opposite. Some people will feel both. As long as you're feeling the core and how hard you have to work to maintain this control. Last one of these. Sweaty. Reach and hold. From there, you're gonna reach row, opposite leg kicks back, and lower down, okay? Pull in, opposite leg kicks back. So the back of the body's in one long line, you get even longer as the leg kicks out. Think more kick long behind you, then up to the sky. It's gonna help us keep the spine stable in neutral. Kicking through the bum. Feeling the support on the arms. 4, 2. We're gonna add on last one. Hold it up there. You're gonna drop the other hand. Tricep push-up, leg comes with you. Lift and row, leg stays where it is. So the leg is always staying in line with the upper body. Like you're a seesaw. I'm slipping here. Hands are sweating. Helps to add some breath. So we inhale, lower, exhale, belly button pulls up and in to lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Really think about the lift from the low abs as you come on out, like you're helping yourself lift up. Last one, shoulders away from the ears. Pull that hand in, we hold. You're gonna thread it under and pull it back in. So you're tall in the supporting arm, pressing up on out of it, as well as pressing out of that stabilizing shin. Twist and reach. We're trying to keep the hips facing towards the mat, twisting from the belly button up. Ooh, balance work here. Last 2. I'm with you. 1. I feel like that's my phrase of the day. We lower the hand down. We're gonna pulse that leg up and up. If the wrist ever bothers you, mine's starting to feel it a little bit there because of my sweat and slippiness. I'm gonna make a fist. Okay, just a different type of support. So that's an option if you're ever in the same boat. We're thinking reaching just as long as we are lifting up and up out of the back of the leg, back of the glute. Crown of head reaching long in front of you as well for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. You can swing that leg through, Finding a nice runner's lunge here, allowing yourself to sink into the hips a little bit. Big deep breath. Ooh, I got the shakes. And then when you're ready, we'll sit it on back, just stretching out through the back of the leg. Releasing. I gotta work on these hamstrings, so tight. Class coming soon. Okay, we'll walk that leg back. We'll swing it on around. We're gonna come to a seat,